What a magnificent view. So we're heading south between Castlegar, Trail, BC. Got the Columbia River down there. Some beautiful scenery. This is a spectacular river valley. This river valley, the Columbia Basin, is by volume the largest river basin west of the Rocky Mountains. This side of the Great Divide, the height of land of the Rocky Mountains. And as we travel back between Castlegar and Trail, BC today, we're just thinking what it means to be alive in this world today, and what it means to be part of society, what it means to be a member of society. I don't know, growing up in this rugged area, this rugged province of British Columbia, as a boy my father used to take me out and he taught me how to hunt and fish. As a boy I learned those skills. When I got a little older and teenager, my older brother, who had been taught by my dad, taught me, refined those skills together. We would go out on the open ocean, the rollers, the big waves, and catch fish out there. We would catch salmon and we would catch big, massive flat fish. It's a couple 100 pounds. Flat fish, just amazing fight. You fight one of those things for a couple of hours and completely exhaust yourself in the process. But it's an amazing, exhilarating experience. And over the years, I met some men and became friends with some men who really helped me to refine the skills that I have that enable me to go into the wild, go into the outdoors, and do a lot of hunting, trapping, snaring, that sort of thing. A gentleman from New Brunswick, I won't tell you his name, he's 10 years older than I am. He's a tremendous outdoorsman, hunts and fishes all the time. The last time I was in his home, he gave me some beautiful tomato squash soup that he canned. He lives on that sort of stuff in the winter, along with the canned salmon, the game in his freezer. That's the life that this man lives, and he and I have been friends for a quarter of a century. Another gentleman who I met a few years after I met this first gentleman, this guy was an underage soldier, did 3 tours of Vietnam, and retired from the U.S. military, a full colonel. The most capable and dangerous man I've ever met. He's alive today still, well advanced in years. He'd be somewhere between 60 and 70 years old today. He was an underage man when he went to Vietnam in the early 70s. He was about 14 or 15 years old. Looked very much to be 18 or 19 at that time. But an accomplished hunter, fisherman, outdoorsman, and an incredibly capable man in terms of the use of modern technology. He's a mechanic, a mechanical engineer, an electrical engineer, a hydraulics engineer. This guy owned a $40 million aluminum extrusion press in Ontario for a number of years. And there's nothing he can't fix. He's an incredibly capable individual. He taught me a great deal about many different things in life. And I owe a lot of him to him for who I am today and why it is that I can successfully run a business of my own today. It's not an easy thing to do. I would say that living on the grid is infinitely more difficult than living off of it. Hunting and fishing, catching your own food, making your own shelter, living off of the land any season of the year is infinitely easier than living inside the grid of society with all of its complex interactions that go on every day. Today I was in the police office. I was in the RCMP getting fingerprints done for a waiver so that I could travel in the United States. I'm using a private corporation. I've hired a private corporation to help me get that waiver. And they have a phenomenal success rate. I have a zero tolerance offense on my criminal record that needs to be dealt with. It's time. It's been 20 years, and I'm sick and tired of not being able to travel, not having the freedom to go down there. You know, people think that freedom is different things, and it is. It is different things to different people. Freedom to me is the ability to move, to go from one place to another unhampered and unhindered, or with the least amount of resistance. And right now I'm getting nothing but resistance from the United States of America. I'm not allowed in. And I want to go down there. My wife was born in Pensacola, Florida, and she's an American. And, you know, we want to get her Canadian citizenship. We want to get her that dual citizenship. We also want to get me to the point where I'm able to travel down there. So there's a lot of things that we want to do, and there's a lot of work left to be done to get us there. We want to travel, see a bit of the world before it's too late, before we can't do that anymore. Here's a spectacular view out the side window, just coming into trail. Isn't that a gorgeous view of the river? Just an amazing place, this Columbia River Valley. I've traveled all the way up past Revelstoke. The Mica Dam holds back the water of the Columbia River all the way down into the United States of America, or all the way to Arrow Lake, where we have another generating station. And from there, holds back the floodwaters and creates electricity for this entire area, as does the 19 dams on the Kootenay River between Nelson and Castlegar. It's an amazing system. It's a cloudy day. It was sunny earlier. Not ideal, but it's still very picturesque country. I'm grateful to God that I live here. I'm grateful to God that I'm raising a family here, that God's granted me success in my business. He's granted me success in my marriage. He's granted me success in many different areas of my life. I have a lot of good, solid friendships here. Those friendships continue to grow and flourish. Here's a picture down the valley toward the United States, toward the Juanita border crossing. One day I'll be crossing that border. Mr. Ambulance going by. Tech Kaminko, the smelter.